Welcome back to the channel's Baku crew. It's BakuBrad96 here with the second part of my Legacy Collection review. This video has been delayed for quite some time because I was waiting on a few Bakugan, and even now as I am recording, I am waiting on even more, which means there will definitely be part 3, 4, 5, and I'm guessing part 6. So with that being said, please subscribe to the channel for more Bakugan and tabletop related content. And now getting right into it, I will just run through these Bakugan. There is a whole case for, luckily, so I don't want to spend too much time or make the video too boring. But yeah, really hyped about these. Some really awesome gems and 2 Bakugan right there in the middle that are part of a future project that is in the works and everything is on the way. Really hyped about that. But yeah, gonna go ahead and get right into it. A little different than my normal review videos. I thought I would, throw some bread and try to roll out during the reviews. Kind of be cool, right? Throw some bread, but let's see what happens. Starting off with the Hydronoids that I have. So I have the Subterra Alpha, which of course does have the manual horn on the head, which my finger closed, but yeah, and then we have some manual feet. There we go. I think the Subterra is stronger than the Darkest, yeah, so this one has 650 Gs. Really cool. Again, the heavy metal gimmick was the metal ring around the Bakugan, which I think all of them were like horizontally across the middle section of the mold, and the only one that was different was Dual Hydronoid, which it went vertical. I think the rest were horizontal. Even Vulcan, is it Primo Vulcan? Even its is like still towards the middle. But yeah, heavy metal Hydronoid there, and that's Alpha. So here is my Chaos, which is a little weaker but really cool. I am hoping to eventually, if I can, actually get all of them. So I am missing the Pyrus, Translucent Pyrus, the Darkest, Translucent Darkest, and then Ventus is the only other one. But yeah, here is the Chaos Alpha Hydronoid. I think it has 630. Yeah, 630 Gs. So at least they're all in the 600 range. That is really nice. Really awesome duo. Got those in a trade. So that is another future project. Trying to get all of those eventually. Next up is another hype heavy metal Bakugan. And this is the legitimate, or the actually released, Infinity Dragonoid, which obviously doesn't look anything like Infinity Dragonoid, but this is the Bakugan we all got. I did make a short of it when I got it, so 680 G, pretty strong. I mean, it is a Dragonoid, so it's cool for that, and it is the Infinity. It just looks like a duck. It just so looks like a duck. Moving on, I don't know which one to do next. I guess I'll keep it Dragonoid themed with the Subterra Lumino. Actually still has the little chrome pieces on there. Not metal, it's just like a flake paint or something. But yeah, quite a bit of manual. So the feet come out, and then all 3 horns extend as well. If I can get it, there we go. Yeah, Subterra Lumino, which is a really cool Dragonoid. Probably one of my favorite molds for Dragonoid coming out of Gundalian Invaders. And kind of the reason why I have it. Trying to find the G power. There we go, it's on the wing. So 750, pretty good. And then of course, to put the battle gear on it, you're gonna just fold down the wings. Really nice detail too for Legacy Bakugan, really big. Cool mold. Moving on to a Baku closure that I have, Ventus Hakapoid. These Bakugan are really cool because they open all the way on the gate card, but the minute you take them off, they close. So it is really neat. This one has 820 G, so a lot stronger. The strongest reviewed so far, but there's the gimmick. And it works really nice. Love that about it. Really cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more of those in future reboots. Possibly, right? Now then, I do have a Froggy finally. This is the Darkest Frost, which I still want to get a, what's it called? A dual attribute one, the Baku swap line. But I thought the Darkest was a cool pickup as well. 610 G power, really strong. So cool that they have his mouth open and that's like his tongue. And of course all the detailing of the feet. Does look like a flower too, so that was really cool about the design. Just different. Next up I have the Darkest Camouflage Roxtor that I cannot roll because it is chunky. There we go. This, of course, folds out quite a bit because it is, I guess you could say, the combiner that does go with Radisson, which I do not have yet, but that's the fully folded out version. And this one is ridiculously strong. It has 1030 Gs. So honestly, quite a ridiculous Bakugan. I never use it. That is just way too strong. Next up, I do have the combat set for Altair, but in Pyrus. Last video, I took a look at the Ventus, so I won't spend a lot of time on this other than just saying I do have the Pyrus as well, which was also a very awesome pickup. Wired 600 and Altair is 670, so it's actually stronger than the Ventus. That's ironic, to say the least. I have another Legacy Bakugan, if I can speak, I guess I can't. The Chaos Lumagrow, with a really good condition manual arms that fold out perfectly and they stay up. Love that. I know a lot of these Lumagrow can have loose arms after a few years, but this one is in pristine condition and absolutely amazing. I guess a Legacy Lupithion, if you will. Looking for the G power. I forget where the G's are on this particular Bakugan. There we go. 770. So the tail folds down further for the gear pieces. Probably one of my another one of my favorites. Obviously why I have it in the collection. Really awesome Bakugan. Moving on to the Legacy Butterclaw. And of course I would throw the bread on it. Of course. Okay, don't want to spend too much time doing that. But yeah, we have the Terraclaw, or Legacy Butterclaw, coming in at 380 G, so not that strong. Does have some manual feet. Ironically, just like the G3 Butterclaw. Little pincers. Also B2, not B1. Moving on though is I guess a team, so don't want to spend too much time on these either because they got a video all to their own, and that is the anime accurate Komba team. So the Ventus L Condor, Ventus B Striker, and the Ventus Harpus. None of which really roll well, which is why I didn't even attempt it. Never goes well, but these are really cool. It's kind of a little set that I wanted in my collection. And yeah, really awesome. Go check out the video I did on all three of those by themselves. It was a whole deck design that I did, and it was really nice. It turned out well, in my opinion. But moving on is a Pearl Chaos Miss. Yeah, that's right, a miss. No, it is the Chaos Pearl Tiguera. 500 G power, kind of a little wonky paint job, but still really nice. Other than a loose foot, good condition, not a lot of wear. Of course, kind of folds out. But yeah, really nice Bakugan. Cool that it's Pearl and native attribute as well. That always makes it a plus. But this is a Bakugan that I have tried to trade, just seems like no one's looking for it. So I guess it's probably a lot more common than I assume. Moving on to a translucent, Legacy Translucent. It is the Pyrus Dual Elfin. So 540 G power. Really like Legacy Translucents, they're so cool. Eventually becoming elementals, I suppose, in the reboot. Moving on to a Baku Crystal. I have I guess this is the evolution of Wilda, so this is Thunder Wilda. And then Magma Wilda never released. But yeah, two manual parts, 2 little feet. 660 G, so really strong. For Nevastroya, in my opinion. Really cool that it is Baku Crystal. Again, another huge trade pickup. Really nice. And trying to figure out which one. Okay, so another couple of Bakugan that I've showed off quite a bit on the channel, so I won't spend a lot of time on them, and that is the Saboteur sample set from Gundalian Invaders. Again, they're not that rare because apparently a whole wave was distributed with the sample DNA codes, so you can get them pretty cheaply on Amazon, you know, around, or not Amazon, sorry, don't know why I said that. Pretty cheap on eBay, you know, they're listed for around $20 at times. Some a little more, but that's usually the average that I see. Still really cool that they're like little sample sets. There's a few others that I might try to get, but right now I'm happy with just those two. Moving on to a really cool Bakugan. This is one of the Baku Mines from Mectanium Surge. This is Subterra Tremblar. So a sort of a turtle Bakugan. It does have some manual feet. I'm not going to fold those out because they're really rigid. And one does already have a small crack, sadly. So this is one of those collection Bakugan you don't mess with a whole lot. It is really cool because of the gimmick that they have. The top pops off when hit by another Bakugan, and you get like a G power bonus. So this little top half is 50 G, and then Tremblar itself has 950. So I guess together, if it's triggered, you get 1,000 Gs, which again for the Legacy game, really strong, which is really nice. And again, just another cool gimmick Bakugan for any personal collection. Might go for a Baku Still version later on. And now, this Bakugan is hilarious. I actually have the beginning of G3 right here. I guess this is the first instance where Bakugan went Beyblade with an interior metal ring that spun that was supposed to center the Bakugan easier. Personally, I don't think it works all that well, but I will just show it off, I guess. Kind of hear it, sort of. I mean, I guess on the spin shots it works, but you can't ever really tell, at least in my opinion, all that great. Still, this is Turbine Helios Ventus, obviously, 630 G. It's just a cool special attack gimmick to have for the Legacy series, and the fact that it can still combine into the Maxis Helios is also really cool. Next up is an amazing Bakugan, which still pretty sure it's the Baku Still version because of the brushworks and just the way it is. It's not like opaque black or anything. So I'm going to go with Baku Still, Myriad Hades, the evolution of the mechanical Hades Bakugan, of course used by Shadow Prove. This is another Bakugan that I did make a quick short on when I got it. But, you know, now doing it justice, obviously it does have some manual pieces, the horn, these sides, and then the little feet do fold down. There we go. So it does have some interior feet there. Really nice detail. The side heads, and of course the top, and the tail piece. Really awesome Bakugan. Definitely one of my favorites out of part 2. and this case, because it is just so awesome. Trying to find the G power because I can't remember where it is on this Bakugan. Epic fail. There, the tail. Okay. So only 520 on this one, but still really nice. And then wrapping things up or ending off the video, these are the two Project Bakugan, and they are the hind legs to Max's Helios. And I'll go ahead and say that I am currently working on a full Chaos version. All of the pieces are on order and they are coming in. I'm just waiting on them, so it is the waiting game. Well, that one's a little stuck. Well, I was going to do the big dramatic reveal at the same time, but that one has a little stuck arm. Oh well. So we have Leaf Ram and Spindle, Battle Damaged Chaos, and Reverse Attribute Chaos. So the whole thing I'm going for is the full Chaos version will be special gimmicks. So I have a Frost version of Scrapper coming, the Translucent Fencer, and then the Gundalian Invaders recolors of Foxbat and Helios, with the only regular Chaos being Clogger, excuse me, if it comes in. So that's going to be really huge for just the collection, and I can't wait to share the end result, because it's going to be really nice having a Chaos Bakugan like that. But Leaf Ram will have, well, it does have 600, and then Spindle has 550, so that one's flabby. So already kind of close in G power. But yeah, going to be really huge to have a full Chaos Max's Helios. And stay tuned, brawlers, because I can't wait to get that video put together as soon as possible. But that does it for the second part of my Legacy collection. Stay tuned for more. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for supporting the channel. I couldn't do it without you all. So until next time, stay safe, drum up, and Bakugan Brawl.